Abusho ni komo wo channel so ha say AGH Politics Avenue. Onia yambo enwura ayen semfo ni na Solomon Osu atimi atutu bi e de amane eye lawyer for chairman Wontumi eye lawyer and the appear kubi. Kire se wa withdraw every eye Samreboi case no ho and serve as a good lawyer. The interest as a good lawyer no is undermined because he say no so bi eka se opo bi manadi na semanim amano na ya recommend a lawyer appear kubi e de money pakro na mark bi e wono ho kire se wadi Wontumi anim ama wama Wontumi ensa asifom kire se wagege no adru subrani ama at the end of the day no wade na chi ayede watene na chi ayede ama no enti sa mark ne eda ne ho a serve as a dent on his credibility as a lawyer. Na Mr. say yembo imbra eye Solomon Osu aso abra wajemre na obo yinchirimu.
Thank you, which is denying. I don't know if you've heard all of these things as well.
I have heard it, but I know why Apia Kubi will be denying it at this time because, you know, he's also not in the good books of the other side. You understand? Remember?
Which side?
This cabal is a cabal made of Kufuado and Nana Bawumia fashion. I remember he was the one that was leading the charge against Ken Oforiatta. As a result of that, he lost his seat in Asante Achim.
So what are you saying?
So what I'm saying is that he will be the last person probably to go and visit Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. So I can understand why he has to defend himself. At the point he was telling you that even for a whole year, he has not met the Aziz Samira also are trying to distance himself from the cabal that is available. So to that extent, I agree with you. Whether or not he's a good lawyer is another matter that is peculiar to his
That's what some of the NPP...
They are saying he's a bad lawyer?
No, well, that's the claim. He's denying it, though.
Well, I have not utilized...
Because he says people are making commentary all over the place.
I have not utilized his services, to be fair to him. However, I believe that the decision to withdraw from the case does not serve his interest as a professional lawyer. Because now, if I am looking for a lawyer and I want to settle on Apia Kubi, I'll be thinking twice. At what point would he abandon me? You get my point? Especially on these flimsy...
Well, that he may leave you?
Oh, but that's what he has done to Wontumi. He has run away from Wontumi. Just like how Godfredami ran away from Wontumi.
Yeah. But now, what do you expect from the NPP, at least to come in and support him now?
No, they have about... You see, I was telling he has never visited the court, so he can sit somewhere and say that Wontumi has received the needed support from the party. Remember, first of all, that Wontumi is a regional chairman. And not just a regional chairman coming from their stronghold. So ordinarily, you would expect that camaraderie or that support from the regional chairman, not even the national executive, the regional chairman. How many times have you seen any regional chairman even visit the court to solidarize with him? The last time I go to court more often because of business. Anytime I've been there, it is only this guy, Pasco, a branch of, is it Pasco or Pasco, and some few bloggers. And they don't know what those people tell me. Because I was in the MPP and they know me, they confine in some of us. You understand? You have never been there, you are sitting in your comfort room. Yeah, I mean, you don't care about Wontumi. And
Wawa doesn't care about Wontumi.
He doesn't care about you. Wontumi is definitely, and that's why I started by saying.
Someone who supports the party who's going to.
It's my regional chairman.
Okay.
Yes, it's my regional.
But he was in NDC, joined the MPP not long ago. So where do you think his allegiance lies? Someone who was ingrained in NDC politics joins the MPP within 2 years, 3 years, and all of a sudden he's more MPP than those that came.
I've been in the party for 10 years now.
You understand? You understand? So he doesn't have that foundation. So he wouldn't love Wontumi than those that. This is the story. You see, Wontumi.
What is he saying?
Huh?
Okay, can we do this?
I'll
come back.
No, I'm not done.
Okay, so
I'm not done.
Just land.
Why would you allow this?
There's a certain part that I want.
There's a certain part.
Yes.
But what I'm saying is that Wontumi, as a regional chairman, must learn a lot of things from this case. You understand? I also disagree with him when he says that there are other cases, and for which reason it should have been equalization. We should have allowed Wontumi's case not to be tried in
No.
What sort of logic?
Did I say it shouldn't be tried?
And to the extent
try him and try the others.
Yes, I'm coming there. And I agree that you have to try others who are involved. Okay. By doing so, he made mention of one MC, DC in Etiwa East.
Yeah.
You better go and check that case.
So what is
because when it happened, I am always interested in going after politicians that are perceived to be engaging themselves in.
So I want us to deal with
I have gone. No, don't go there. And as in team, I took my own money to visit Asamatan to investigate. And I think the judge who cited him for contempt did a great deal of disservice to him. When the man was actually fighting for the interest of the community. Remember, he's a community leader. And this case predates the time he became...
He's NDC constituency.
No, listen. Okay. You don't understand the constituency. I'm telling you that that land that you are talking about was acquired for the Ghana box side.
I want us to deal... Yeah, so let me hear from you. I want us to deal with the second number.
Yes, on the case of lawyer Apiakubi being a bad or good lawyer, I'm not sure he's a bad lawyer. He's a good lawyer. But unfortunately, I think it's the circumstances he currently found himself. He appeared quite overwhelmed. Because quite recently, I listened to one of his interview with Obi on one of your platforms. And he made some statement that the fact that Wontumi is taking a plea bargaining doesn't mean that he's guilty. And he went ahead to defend that point strongly. You see, if you go through our status, the law, especially the plea bargaining regime, the first time it was introduced into our laws was, that is Act 459, the Court Act, Section 35. Before you negotiate any plea bargain, you need to plead guilty.
No.
That is in the law.
Absolutely.
That is in... No, keep quiet and let me make my point. When I finish, you can rebut. So if you go to Section 35 of the Court Act, is there. Then you go back to Section 71.
But there's a full-blown act.
No, I'm coming. I'm coming there. Okay. I'm coming there. If you go to Section 71 of the Special Prosecutors Act, that one is also there. That is Act 5959. Section 71 also outlines this whole plea bargaining thing. Then you go to the Narcotic Control Commission Act. That is Section 47. That is the only plea bargaining regime that gives certainty, because it says that if you are a courier and you are transported and you are caught, you should be given a half of your sentence. Then we come to the almighty plea bargaining act, the 1079, which is an amendment to an existing act, which is the Criminal and Other Offences Procedure Act, Act 30. It's just an amendment. If you go into that procedure, there was an insertion which stretches from Section 162A to 162A. R. If you go to the H3, it says that before the court will admit that you are negotiating for a plea bargaining, you need to plead guilty. Because the which
he should quote it.
107.
Mention what?
1709. 170.
So okay,
1079.
Let him read.
He just quoted that.
Oh, okay, so
no, I don't.
You ask me.
I don't.
But if it is him, he can just make
you didn't read.
Solo, you read it for me.
Yeah, let me read it for you.
Read the H3.
Okay.
H3.
Solo, I want to be sure you are reading a good document.
So check.
Okay.
Unlike you, that he will
read.
Okay. H3. So this is it. Where the accused person pleads guilty to a charge, the court shall record. Where should I start from?
Where
the accused person pleads guilty to a charge, the court shall record the plea and convict the accused person.
Whilst
let him land.
No, just start. Where the accused person does not plead not guilty, the court shall treat the plea as a withdrawal from the plea agreement. You understand?
Yes.
So until plea bargaining under our current regime goes through, don't mind. Before you take a plea bargaining, you must first plead guilty. Because this whole act, this multiple act that I have mentioned, flows from a major constitutional provision, which is Article 19(2)(c). That is the presumption of innocence until proven guilty by a court of competent jurisdiction or admission of guilt by the person. That is the only way. Section 4, Article 14 of the criminal law, that is in executing sentence when somebody has been found guilty. until somebody is guilty, you can never punish the person. You can never negotiate anyway. So before any plea bargaining, you must first plead guilty. So in this particular instance, no lawyer can just sit anywhere and say that Wontumi is negotiating because he's not guilty. Once you are negotiating, the law says that you must plead guilty first. Failure to do so, you need to withdraw, and then you go through the whole process. Okay. You understand? And then you have
because
30,
I want us to talk about
you have 30 days.
Also, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so just
so you have 30 days to negotiate with the AG, whether they accept it. Within 30 days, if you are not able to, then the whole trial starts again. You understand? I am against plea bargaining. Personally,
even for Wontumi.
Oh yeah, no. That's my basic principle, because you see, within the political landscape, many people regard it as a convenient way of the political class or the elite negotiating their criminal liabilities. You understand? It started in America somewhere. It wasn't like that in the 1800s when people
but
started
if the AG
negotiating.
used that for other members of the NDC, why can't we? There was a threshold, we were told.
Yeah.
So if that was you,
no. You see, we are talking, like you said, the threshold is very, very important. The amount involved.
So if you use it for someone else, why won't you use it for Chairman?
No. But you see, I cannot sit here and determine for the AG. But my principal position is that
it shouldn't be.
It has been abused, because when it started, it was just because of case load. In America, they started negotiating plea deal just to ease the case. But in recent times, it's being used for different purposes. If you are not careful, especially when it's dealing with political cases, people might abuse it, and you might not know who and who. And you see, this whole plea bargaining, I think people are taking it slightly. If Solo had gone ahead to read, it also says that when you negotiate and take the plea deal and you plead guilty, then you submit your right to appear and everything to the judge. Then the judge, in sentencing you, there is a whole sentencing regime. The judge may consider. The word shall consider.
Consider. He can set aside.
Exactly.
Set aside.
He can even, by that time, you can't go back because you have admitted guilt. You understand? And he can still make you pay half of it and still imprison you, because his only responsibility is to consider. The word consider in law doesn't impose any responsibility. You understand? So I think it's not an easy road.
Power there.
So it's not an easy road. You can negotiate all you want with the AG. When it goes before the court.
There's also on the table.
Exactly. The court can have a different view.
So it's clear now. You now agree.
I'm not a lawyer.
Okay, yeah.
And there is nowhere that he pointed in the law.
Okay.
When he even
I won't debate you on
when he even read it, that he said that you have to automatically plead guilty. The thing is that it's not there.
Just going by.
Let me come. Let me make my submission first before you ask me a question. You let me make my submission.
You want to set your own standard?
So that's one. I didn't hear anything from what Solo read that indeed you have to.
Let me read it.
What I know.
No.
What I know is that if you want to enter into plea bargain, you start negotiation with the Attorney General. Within 7 days, you have to send it to court for the court to really affirm, to okay it for you to go and do the plea bargaining. If in the course of the plea bargain, you are not able to negotiate, the case continues. So in this case, if you had pleaded guilty, you cannot plead guilty because you didn't plead guilty already.
But that's not what I'm saying. So
what he's talking
stop
about.
confusing yourself.
I'm saying that.
Let me explain.
If you have to plead guilty before you go for negotiation,
no.
And if you go into negotiation and it breaks down, it means you are in trouble.
You are deliberately.
You don't do that. You can ask any lawyer. You don't have to plead guilty before you negotiate.
But who said that?
You said it. No, you don't have to negotiate. Plead guilty before you negotiate.
He's saying that anytime you enter into that and you agreed, automatically you are admitting guilt. That's what he's telling you.
That is, it's not automatic that you are admitting guilt.
You have to admit.
So what then?
Else there will be no plea bargain.
In the case of Wontumi,
yes.
He went for a loan. He went for a loan.
Yes.
And the loan, according to the state, in any case, if you go for a loan and you default, it's not criminal.
We get that.
It's civil. Now, in this case, they said there is a criminal element because Chairman Wontumi procured the loan with some dubious means. And they said they wanted to do that. Then the lawyers are saying...
You can see the charges there.
Yes, and the lawyers are saying that.
Yes,
instead of us going through all these processes, because even if we go and I am discharged and acquitted, I'll still pay the loan. He still paid the loan back because it's a loan that he went on. Then he said that now let's go and negotiate. Let's sit down and negotiate. Let me pay in addition to the charges.
They are not renegotiating the loan.
No. He's negotiating with the Attorney General because you see, even if he's pronounced guilty or he's acquitted, you will still pay the loan back because it's a loan that he went for. So now he's saying that
limited in the law. You just told us you are limited in the law. So you should yield to the law each time there's.
So who is more knowledgeable in the law?
I have read it to you.
Who is more knowledgeable in the law on this table?
But I'm pointing to what the law says.
Let me explain something.
I am saying that
you just told us that you are limited in the law. That's what you just told us.
I said I'm not a lawyer.
Yes.
I didn't say I'm limited. I didn't say I'm limited. Did I say I'm limited?
As for what
I didn't say that.
All right. You know what?
I didn't say that.
We have jobs to talk about. So let's do with Sednam Tamakula and then a minute each for all of you. And then, Solo, I beg you, no comments on this.
I don't have a problem.
Okay, thank you. I was Sednam Tamakula. 1 minute each for all of you. Then we can talk about jobs because that also matters. You are NYE, right? Or YE?
Yeah.
So that one you are smiling.
I used to be.
Yeah.
Oh, so you are working in the government sector.
Yeah. Now you are back.
I was the head of public relations.
You are still working.
No, you are working in the
I don't work YE now. So.
So we'll talk about that one shortly.
Sedinam Tamaklo. We have to understand why she was even incarcerated. 94 million Ghana cedi, and she. In the course of the trial, she absconded. She sought leave, not necessarily abscond. She sought leave to go for medical checkup. 2 people, her husband and Alex Moult, stood surety for her. And she didn't return. At a point in time, for 2 years, she was not in the jurisdiction. So the prosecution had to really get those who stood surety to pay the 5 million mandatory that they stood surety for her. Then at a point in time, they felt that we can still proceed on the case in absentia because she is not in the jurisdiction and there are 2 people involved, Daniel Axim and Sedinam Tamaklo. Then they were able to secure conviction. One went for 5 years and she was supposed to also be jailed for 10 years. Then after that, that was secured in April 2024. Now, by July, the state, through the Attorney General, submitted that indeed, because she told them that she was in America, they submitted to the U.S. government that indeed she's in your jurisdiction. So check for us. They checked, and by August, they told the state that indeed they know where she is, and they are tracking her, and they have put her on stop list within America. By December, there was another update. So it means on our part as a state in Ghana, we've done our part. It's now left to the U.S. to go through their own processes to bring her back. So that process was started. And we only have to fold our arms and wait until they finish their processes and bring her back. Now the U.S. government is telling us that indeed she is in the jurisdiction.
Yes.
But unfortunately, what we're seeing is really not a pleasant sight. Because I know that if the police arrest anyone in this country today, what they do is that they take pictures of the person, put a picture on their Facebook page and say they have arrested him. Now, Minister for Government Communications told us that when she got to Kotoka, she was taken by the police. Today, as we speak, even the journalists don't know her whereabouts, whether she has been sent to Nsawam, whether she's at police headquarters, whether she's at the hospital. We don't even know where she is right now.
You mean you haven't seen the pictures?
We don't even know where she is. Okay. Not necessarily pictures.
Okay.
We don't even know where she is. She was supposed to go straight to the prisons because she has been convicted already. And
is that how it's done?
No. Yeah, that's how it is.
No, it's not true.
What is done is that
it's not true.
What is done is that if you're convicted, and you are in court that day, you go straight to prison. That's what I know. If you're convicted, you go straight into prison. If you run away and you come back and you are arrested, the only thing is that they do everything, then they'll have to send you to start your jail. That's what we know.
And when you mean they will have to do everything, it includes presenting you before court?
No, they don't present you before court again. The court has convicted you already. You have to go. I have been a court reporter for 3 years for Ghana News Agency, so I know this.
We are in some of the team course or channel, so I'm not so Jim Red. As soon as somebody in the Asia.